Hello, Ironbridge family. As we look forward to the month of March, one of the foremost things in my mind, at least prayer wise, is our revival time coming up March 19 through 21. If there's ever been a time we need reviving as individuals, as a church, as a country, really, it is now, just with all of the things we've been through and the strange COVID time and the all of the things we've had to adjust and do different, and all of the fears and all that we've had to deal with, or precautions or whatever, and then all the other things that have gone on in this past year. Wow, we need some reviving. And the main thing about revival is it's a special touch from the Lord. And we have the what we call the normal, if you can call it normal, just Holy Spirit working in our life day after day after day. But in times of revival, what we're praying for is just a special moving of God among us, individually and as a group, as I said. And I can remember times when I was a small boy, the revival was a part of every year's. Well, really, we had two revivals, a spring and a fall. But the thing I remember about it, it was so different than just the regular church service, because you were there just wanting God to move and praying for the Lord to move. And I was just a kid, but I realized things were different during that time. And you know what we need is just God to speak to our hearts. And there's something special when we gather together, just wanting God to move among us, asking Him to renew us and to restore us. In Isaiah 64, the plea is, "O Lord, that you would rend the heavens and come down and make your name known among us." And we need that refreshing from the Lord and that unusual moving upon us. And one of the things I'm excited about is that it's going to be available both online and in person. And the main thing is that we're together. If we're together in person, we want to be in person and in the Spirit. And if we're online, we want to be in person with the people we're watching it with, but in the Spirit all together. And we're all seeking the Lord together. So let that be your prayer, that this would be a great time of seeking the Lord together. We would allow Him to speak His word to our hearts, and we'd respond to Him and ask for His cleansing. One of the things that always precedes reviving is cleansing of spirit and heart. And reviving is a prelude to God moving in many, many ways. And really, He starts with us and then moves out from there, with us individually, out to the rest of the church, with us as a church, and out beyond the church is our prayer and our hope. Dr. Gordon Fort will be with us again. And one of the amazing things about Gordon is he walks with the Lord, and the Lord has used him in ministry all around the world with all different groups of people. And he just speaks an authentic word from the Lord. And so we look forward to this time, March the 19th through the 21st, on Friday night and Saturday night at 7 o'clock. And then Sunday morning, there'll be two services as normal. The 9 o'clock service, and then at 10:45. And the 10:45 service will be streamed, as well as the 7 p.m. services on the two previous nights. So keep that in your prayers, and let's seek the Lord together, and let's ask Him to move in our hearts and bring times of refreshing that we need, that we might be more available for the Lord to use us as we serve Him here. God bless you.
Several weeks ago, when I was preparing for the new sermon series on the book of Jonah, I was led to the word unexpected. And now looking back, I find it very fitting. The month of February was one of a lot of surprises, both for our church and my family. Our church was not able to gather as regularly as we would like in person because of ice and snow. We even had to reschedule our reset weekend for the student ministry because of ice and snow. Literally right after that, my wife tested positive for COVID-19. That unexpected news made it to where her and I would have to quarantine for a long period of time. She thankfully just ended her quarantine period, but I'm making this video still in February. I still have several days left of quarantine. And though this has been very discouraging because we want to be with students in person, we want to remind you all that every precaution that we have had to take this far is worth it, because the health of our students and our church family is worth it. So we're really excited for what's to come in March. We believe that it's going to be a fresh month, and we are starting it off with Reset Weekend. So by God's guidance, we were able to plan it to be the first weekend of March. It is going to be an incredible opportunity for students to hear from a guest speaker that we're bringing in, a guest band. We're going to Uptown Alley. We're going to have a lot of fun, and I know that your students won't want to miss it. So if you're watching this video, there may literally just be a couple of days left in the beginning of March to register. So I know many of you already have. We're really excited to have your students join us. But if you have not yet registered, don't wait before it's too late. In the book of Jonah, the first chapter begins with Jonah fleeing from God's presence. And for him to seek to flee the presence of God, for a prophet, that means that he is done following God. Because to be able to speak on behalf of God, you have to dwell in his presence. So for Jonah to flee to Tarshish meant that he was done and he wanted his story to be over. But what he intended to be the end of his story, God flipped to be the beginning of Jonah's story. And that's actually how the book of Jonah begins. You may be in a period at the end of February or the beginning of March where you are just at the end of your rope. You need a reset, you need a restart. Maybe you even feel like you're done with church. I'm unsure where you are, but God knows where you are. And I pray that instead of this being the end of the story, that this would be just the beginning of you encountering God in a fresh way, and that March would be a month of great spiritual health for our faith community.
Hello, Paul Cochran here with Ironbridge Church, here with your BridgeBlast for March 2021. Just want to highlight a few things real quick and let you know I'm working on summer connection groups for this summer. That's getting here mighty quick. And you may have some ideas of a safe way to have a summer connection group. Some activity that you enjoy doing that others would as well. So please contact me at paulc@ironbridge.org and we'll see if we can make that happen. It's a great way to stay connected during the summer. I want to highlight a bridge group of ours that's getting ready to start a brand new study, a ladies' Bible study that meets on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock for a couple hours, 10 to noon. Leader is Ronnie Schmitz, and you can get signed up for that. They're doing a new study called Elijah, and it would be a great thing to jump into. You can go online to www.ironbridge.org and click on bridge groups, and that'll take you to a page that shows all of our bridge groups. We have many on Sunday morning and all during the week that you could get involved in. So if you're not connected in that way, please do that. I just want to encourage you to think about volunteering for a great event coming up, our Easter at the Bridge drive-through edition, and Tammy Baylor is in charge of that. If you would like to volunteer, please get in touch with her. I'm sure she'll have something that she can figure out for you to do. And it's just a great way that we're going to reach out to the community at Easter this year. Coming up within the next couple months, we're going to have a couple cleanup days, both inside and outside the church, just to take care of our facility and get it prepared, even for the drive-through edition of Easter at the Bridge. And we just want to take care of the building here that God's given us to use within Ironbridge Church. So please take time and look for those dates when they come out, and then jump in and help us out. And then finally, just want to encourage you again in serving. This church is filled with many great people with gifts and abilities that are amazing, and we just want to jump in together and serve together and see what great things God will do through us and in us, and it's all for His glory. So it's been a good time to be with you this morning. out here in the garden at church. I decided to do this in a little bit different place. You kind of get tired maybe of seeing the walls inside of a building, so we're outdoors today. God bless you, Ironbridge Church. Take care.
Hi, Ironbridge Church. This is Tammy, your Children's Ministry Director for Bridge Kids, and happy March, right? So what's going on are you in your car? That's right, I'm in my car, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But first, I want to remind you that Bridge Kids is meeting in person at 10:45 a.m., and we still have our online option for our families who aren't quite ready to meet in person. We are getting ready to mail those at-home kits out very soon. And remember, parents, those are ideas for you, a resource to help you engage in fun ways with your kids with God's Word that support the lesson that they're watching. You can do as many of them as you want or as few of them as you want. There's no right or wrong, but use them that fit your kids, and I hope you enjoy them. Well, our in-person and online this month in our pre-K, their theme is Start Your Engines. The race is on. Our memory verse for our pre-K is love each other as I have loved you, which is John 15:12. And their key truth for the month, who can love like Jesus? I can love like Jesus. Well, our kindergarten through third grade group, their theme is called Bake Off. It's worth the wait. Sounds yummy, right? Well, their memory verse is wait for the Lord, be strong and do not lose hope. Psalm 27:14. And their life application for the month is patience. Waiting until later for what you want now. That sounds super hard. I know it's hard for me. And our preteen class in person is still finishing up the Footsteps of Jesus study. And they're focusing on the 4 Gospels. And they will be finishing this up by Easter and then moving on to something new. But it's been a great study, and the students involved have really enjoyed it and learned a lot. Well, here's why I'm in my car. Easter at the Bridge. We're doing a drive-through edition, and you can't drive through unless you're in your car. So let's get families with kids out in their car for an Easter event, an Easter egg hunt like no other. I'm super excited, and we're figuring a lot of things out as we go, and I'm excited for you to be involved. Well, we can't pull this off without every one of you helping us out. And you can start by bringing candy. We need candy. And beginning this Sunday, February 28th, all the way through March 14th, we're going to take donations of candy. So if you're meeting in person, you can come in, and there's a station in the Welcome Center that has Easter at the Bridge everywhere on it, and a bin for you to drop off candy. If you're not meeting in person and you still would like to donate candy, you can bring it by throughout the week when the office is open and drop it off. Or if you're not quite sure about that, you can reach out to me at tammy@ironbridge.org, and we can arrange to maybe have candy picked up, or you can donate the funds and we'd be happy to go purchase the candy that's needed. We need to stuff 5,000 eggs. That's right. And speaking of eggs and stuffing, we will then, beginning March 14th through the 21st, you will be able to pick up kits that we will put together that will have eggs, candy, gloves, mask, and hand sanitizer to help you safely stuff eggs. That's right. We do need them back by the 21st of March to give a week before the event, so that way there's nothing on the eggs that could potentially be contagious. I'm excited. So you have the option to pick them up if you meet in person, and if you're not, you can reach out to me at tammy@ironbridge.org, and we can arrange to drop eggs off and schedule a pickup time to pick up the stuffed eggs. And I'm excited for everyone to be involved. You can do these as a family, you can do it as a small group, you can do it on your Sunday morning group, however you want to do it. It's super fun to stuff eggs with candy, and you might want to eat a few pieces in the middle. Anyway, the next thing is we are creating scenes that tell the story of the gospel. Jesus was born. He was born with a purpose that you and I know is to save the world for our sins. He came to die for us. Well, we need people who enjoy painting and building and drawing to help us create these backdrops that will create stations that will tell in pictures the story of the gospel, including the resurrection of Jesus to life. How exciting. We will begin working on those things on March 8th. And so if you're interested in that, you can reach out to me at tammy@ironbridge.org, and I'd be happy to get you scheduled for a time to come in to help paint, draw, whatever it is you want to do, and connect you with the right people to do that. Well, next thing we need to do is we need to set up, right? The event is April 3rd from 2 to 5 p.m. Well, beginning April 1st, which is Thursday, after 2:30 p.m., we can take over the parking lot and start setting everything up, getting it ready for Saturday afternoon when hopefully lots of cars with kids come through for a fun event to see Jesus' life and to hunt for Easter eggs and Easter rabbits and Easter ducks and Easter chicks, whatever we have out there for them to find, and a fun family event. And the day of, we need you. We need each of you who are available to just be that friendly face out there waving and welcoming families that drive through for the event, encouraging the kids as they find eggs, cheering them on as they discover where one is hidden at in the area, and just having fun connecting with our community in a socially distant and safe way. I'm really excited. And if you come, there's snacks. Who doesn't love a good snack? I know I do. We need each of you, and this is a great opportunity for each of us to reach out as a church body to our community, and especially to young families with kids who are going to be looking for something to do with their kids for Easter. So there will be an Easter at the Bridge station in the Welcome Center that will have all the information. It's Easter decorated. You cannot miss it. And it will have a schedule of dates with everything that we need to do. And again, any questions or you want to help or you're not sure what to do, email me at tammy@ironbridge.org. Well, Ironbridge, that's what we have for Bridge Kids, and I look forward to seeing you soon.